खराब हो गया है, इतना लाइफ खराब हो गया है मेरा।
There's pressure and then there's soul pressure. Because when you wear that jersey, you're not just playing for a team, you're carrying a legacy. A legacy built on the back of millions of fans, decade of dominance, and the most talked about rivalry in Indian gaming history. And now, all eyes are on them. Again, welcome to India at CDM, episode 2. And today we are diving deep into the team that's standing on a razor's edge. Do well at CDM or deal with the backlash, qualify for Worlds or watch your rivals fly without you. Show the grind was worth it or go down as just another failed experiment. For Soul, CDM Season 10 isn't just a tournament. It's redemption, it's rivalry, it's a reputation on the line. See, when we talk about Indian CODM, there are two names you can't ignore, Soul and GodLike. On one hand, the gold standard of Indian esports, the other, the undisputed kings of COD Mobile. But let's be real, in COD Mobile, GodLike's miles ahead. They have been dominant, consistent, terrifying, actually. Meanwhile, Soul, they've been trying. Last season, CDM was underwhelming. Stage 3, just a few days ago, they got rolled. And now, after Accelerate's unexpected comeback, that second Indian slot doesn't look so free anymore. Soul's road just got a whole lot bumpier. But here's the thing. This lineup, it's not just talent. It's a story waiting to be told. Sam and Jokos, the deadly twins. Man, I've seen them grow. From Litex to Vitality to now Soul. From being exceptionally in the shadows to now being the face of India's biggest gaming org. These two have fought through everything. Doubt, inconsistency, heartbreak. But they always show up. Clutch under pressure, sharp with the snipes, steel in the veins. Honestly, this entire episode could have been a documentary on just these two exceptional players. Maybe one day I'll sit down and record that podcast right up to. But if I'm being totally honest, I don't know how far this lineup's gonna go. But if there's anyone I'm betting on, it's these two. So yeah, the pressure's real, the stakes are higher than ever. But this isn't a team full of rookies or hype merchants. This is a team that's been around the world. This is a team that knows what it takes, and now they've got one shot to prove it. Because in this game, pressure doesn't break you, it reveals you. Now, let's get into the real meat of it. The names, the firepower, the reason why Soul still has hope. And trust me, this is no pickup squad. This is an assembled unit of champions. Let's break it down. Sam and Jokos, the heartbeat. We already talked about them. The twins, the truth, the veterans with unfinished business. Sniper gods with ice in their veins. I've seen them clutch rounds where most would panic. I've seen them bounce back from losses that break lesser players. They've been runner-ups more times than they can count, but this time, they're not here to participate. They're here to finish the arc. Then, you've got Trunks. Man's been around from Mike days to GodLike's golden era. He's seen it all, won it all. He's a walking highlight reel with zero YouTube activity, if you see that. And maybe that's the most tragic part, because he should be a household name by now. But orgs didn't build him up. They just used his skill, never built his brand. Still, when the bullets start flying, Trunks doesn't flinch. Veteran, instincts, tight mechanics, total control. He's one of India's most underrated, and the stage could change that. Well, now let's talk about the wildcards, the imports. Jezz from the US, ex-Luminosity Tribe, the rejects, runner-up in North America's SPS Season 6, only falling to on Mythics. He's got pedigree, he's got pressure experience, he got that raw Western grit. From Indonesia's pride, Fran played for ABC, nearly took down Elevate at the Summer Invitational earlier this year. Garena circuit veteran he is, knows how to stay calm when games get chaotic. Marvel, the French maverick. He's been everywhere, won every jersey, and even came to India once to dismantle GodLike's domestic dominance. Oh, and fun fact, he's played with Sam and Jokos before, back in Vitality. So that synergy, somewhere, it already exists. But here's the biggest signing of them all, Cali. This man's resume is something else. He's the reason behind GodLike's golden run. Tactician, motivator, call him whatever you want. His fingerprints are all over India's most dominant run. And now he's back with Soul, looking to take them to heights even GodLike couldn't reach. You see, he was there when Vitality beat GodLike in 2024. And now he's back. Not just to repeat history, but to rewrite it. So yeah, on paper, this team is stacked. Champions, veterans, snipers, slayers, the talent pool runs deep. And with setup that's finally professional, support staff, experience, devices, analysts, they've got all the tools. But there's one truth that no one wants to say out loud. All-star lineups don't always work. They can either become legendary or implode before the first control rounds end. Which one will S8UL be? Well, we're about to find it out. Wearing the Soul jersey isn't just about performance, it's about pressure. It's the kind of pressure that doesn't show on the scoreboard, but creeps in when your phone blows up after a bad game. It's the pressure of millions, fans, haters, rivals, watching every move you make, waiting to either glorify you or rip you apart. See, when you play for Soul, you're not allowed to just lose. If you win, it's expected. If you lose, it's a disaster. And the fans, some of the most passionate in the country, but also the quickest to turn. They don't want quiet exits. They don't want good effort. They want fight, fire, blood on the stage. And that expectation sits heavy. And it's not just the pressure from within. Outside the camp, GodLike is flying. They're not just the top team in India, they're miles ahead. Every time the poster scrim score, it trends. Every time they win a map, it's another reminder of what Soul is chasing. And just when it looked like Soul would easily be India's second best, Accelerate came back out of nowhere, disbanded, gone, and now threatening that second slot for Worlds. So now you've got two blades swinging at once, GodLike above and Accelerate rising below. That's the real danger, because this team isn't a team with years of synergy. This team isn't a roster with deep-rooted chemistry. It's a new age all-star team stitched together with a high ceiling, but not a lot of room for missteps. And in tournaments like CDM, you don't just need skill, you need momentum, you need belief, you need to click fast. And here's where I get serious for a second. This rivalry, the fan wars, the drama, it's fun, it's passion, it's the part of the scene. But once that CDM stage lights up, this isn't Soul versus GodLike versus Accelerate anymore. This is India versus the rest of the world. So instead of tearing these boys down, support them. Drop a comment, share their story, watch their matches, because belief goes a long way. And this team, right now, they need all of it. All right, now let's talk matchups, because theory, potential, and talent mean nothing if you can't show up when it counts. Soul is in Group B, and on paper, it's manageable. But manageable doesn't mean it's easy. Let's break it down. Match 1, Accelerate, the grudge match, as I call it. This one's spicy. Two Indian teams, two redemption arcs, and only one can take that second slot to Worlds. Now, if we go by recent form, Accelerate has the momentum. They've been grinding, boot camp or not, and they've shown flashes of rhythm here and there. But Soul, this isn't a scrim, this is the main stage. Sam, Jokos, Trunks, they've played under these lights. They know the stakes. This matchup is going to set the tone for the group, for the pressure, for storyline. Then we've got Exceed, a team that fought their way through Japan. They're unknown to us, but don't let that fool you. Japanese quad mobile teams are clean, disciplined. They don't tilt and they punish bad setups. Then there's Kingzone. They've had moments, but they're inconsistent. To be fair, they can catch fire or fizzle out. If S8UL plays their cards right, this should be a win, but the margin for error is tiny. Now, to the real heat, Wolves and SPG. Wolves, last season CDM champions, tactically sharp, mechanically flawless, and tournament tested. Beating them would be a statement win, but realistically, even holding their ground would mean progress. SPG though, that's the one to circle. They're the kind of team that doesn't look flashy but can dismantle you if you're not synced up. Soul has the edge on firepower according to me, but SPG has the edge on team synergy. It's not a coin toss, it's a test of whether this all-star roster can play like a unit. Let's not sugarcoat this. Stage 3 of Worlds didn't go well for them. They got rolled by GodLike, lost every mode. Search and Destroy was the closest, which went deep, but they lost it at the end. It was disjointed, no flow, no map control. But here's the thing, this is CDM, a long tournament with the time to adapt. We have seen slow starts turn into miracle runs. GodLike did it just last season. Soul can too if they start clicking soon. So here's the big question, can Soul make it to stage 2? Yeah, absolutely. But they'll need two things, clarity in roles and trust in each other. So no solo heroics, no ego peaks, just clean COD mobile esports. With that signature, Soul great. Because when this roster clicks, they're scary. And if they don't, well, this might be the last time we see this version of the lineup. So this was the video, guys. India at CDM episode 2. Do comment your thoughts down below, your predictions on Soul CDM run. Do follow me on my socials. This was Zainix signing out. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to talk about the mighty GodLike.